So Amber, we've just walked through the registration requirements for candidates, but candidates also have a responsibility to nominate. This makes sure that they get their name on the ballot paper, which is very important. Who can be a candidate? Well, a person enrolled in the Central Darling Shire Council area at 6 p.m. on the day of rolls close may be nominated as a candidate. As the council has wards, any person enrolled within the council area can nominate for any ward. So for example, if a person was enrolled in Ward A, they may nominate as a candidate in Ward B. The nomination process has a few different sections to it, and we're going to walk you through this process shortly. Your candidates must lodge a valid nomination during the nomination period to have their name appear on the ballot paper. And this includes the nomination form, which captures the candidate's information to be included on the ballot paper, as well as their contact details. Also required is the candidate information sheet, which is in the form of a statutory declaration, the statistical sheet, and you must pay the nomination deposit. Now, candidates can be nominated by either a registered political party or by two electors. If nominated by a registered political party, candidates must be nominated in writing by the party's registered officer or deputy registered officer. If nominated by two electors, candidates should ensure that their nominators are enrolled in the ward the candidate is contesting. Nominators must be enrolled by 6 p.m. on the day of close of rolls. Note, a candidate cannot nominate themselves.
So Jess, it's important to note here, if you are running as a candidate in Ward A, your nominators must be enrolled in Ward A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the nomination forms are available on our website. For candidates nominated by electors, they'll need the nomination of candidate by two electors. For candidates nominated by a registered political party, you will need the nomination of a candidate by a registered political party. There's also the amendment form and the withdrawal form, all of which are available on our website. Note, electronic signatures cannot be accepted on any of the nomination forms. The nomination of a candidate is not valid unless accompanied by a completed candidate information sheet in the form of a statutory declaration. This includes the suburb, town, and locality of the candidate's enrolled address, whether the candidate is a member of a registered political party, and if so, the name or names of the parties, the role in which the candidate is enrolled, whether the candidate is a property developer or close associate of a property developer within the Election Funding Act, and other information that's not mandatory.
It's important to note, Jess, that the candidate information sheets will be published on the New South Wales Electoral Commission and are available to electors at our voting centres on election day.
The candidate information sheet is a statutory declaration. It is the candidate's responsibility to ensure that it is filled out completely and accurately and is witnessed by an authorised witness. It's important to note that we receive a significant number of candidate information sheets that have not been witnessed by an authorised witness. If the candidate information sheet is not properly witnessed by 12 noon on nomination day, your nomination will be rejected. And Amber, we recommend a Justice of the Peace, a public notary, or a lawyer with a current practicing certificate as the authorised witness.
Yeah, that's right, Jess. It is important to note that witnesses in New South Wales, they are different to the witnesses that can witness a Commonwealth statutory declaration. And as you mentioned, Jess, this is a common issue for candidates in completing their nomination. So we do encourage you to lodge your nomination early to give us time to be able to review and process your nomination. And if there is an issue with your nomination or your candidate information sheet, that you will have time to get that rectified and lodged prior to 12 noon nomination day.
Yeah, very important. The nomination of a candidate is not valid unless accompanied by a statistical information sheet. Now, this part of the form captures generic information such as gender, occupation, age, and more. The statistical information sheet will be forwarded by the New South Wales Electoral Commission to the Office of Local Government at the completion of the election. The nomination forms and nomination deposit must be lodged from close of rolls Monday the 11th of August and before 12 noon nomination day, Wednesday the 20th of August 2025. Late nominations cannot be accepted. It is the candidate's responsibility to ensure a fully and correctly completed nomination form and the relevant nomination deposit is received by close of nominations. Details of the venues, nomination forms and the nomination deposit can be lodged will be available on our website, including the office addresses and operating hours, and we just need all candidates to note, Amber, that nominations cannot be lodged online for this election.
That's right. So there'll be there's a few venues throughout the Central Darling Shire Council area for which nominations can be lodged. And as Jess mentioned, they are opening hours and those addresses will be available on our website for you.
The nomination deposit of $125 per candidate must be paid in cash, by bank cheque or credit union or building society cheque made out to the New South Wales Electoral Commission. Please note that personal cheques, Visa, MasterCard and BPay will not be accepted. A nomination will be rejected if the correct deposit has not been received in full by the close of nominations. Candidates can withdraw their nomination in writing prior to 12 noon nomination day. The withdrawal of a candidate must be lodged by the candidate with the returning officer. This form will be available on the New South Wales Electoral Commission's website. A registered officer or deputy registered officer of a registered political party cannot withdraw a candidate's nomination. The nomination deposit is returned after election day if the election is uncontested, the candidate dies or withdraws their nomination, or if the candidate is elected or receives at least 4% of the total number of first preferential votes. A candidate can provide return details as part of the nomination form at the time of lodgement. The New South Wales Electoral Commission can only provide general advice about eligibility and disqualification for local government elections. You should obtain individual legal advice if you're concerned about your eligibility to nominate for an election. Any candidate concerned about disqualification should seek independent legal advice, and a person elected to civil office can be dismissed by the New South Wales Civil and Administrative Tribunal if later finds the person was in fact disqualified. The draw to determine the order of candidates' names on the ballot paper will take place at the returning officer's office the day after close of nominations. Candidates or their representatives, registered political parties, media, and any other member of the public are welcome to attend. Our website will be updated to show the candidates in ballot paper draw order following the ballot paper draw. Following the conduct of the draw, templates will be available on our website to assist candidates and parties in preparing electoral material.